Listen carefully, my child. I see the way your heart holds on, the way you replay moments, prayers, and promises late at night when the world grows quiet. I know you are tired of wondering why love feels delayed, why what feels right to your spirit seems paused by circumstances you cannot control. I know you have asked me again and again, if you know he loves me. If you know I love him. Why does this season still exist? And I want you to hear me gently, not as a distant God, but as the one who formed your heart and understands every tear you hide. I know he loves you. I know you love him. But this season must end first, not to punish you, not to deny you, but to protect what I am preparing. You see love through emotion, through longing, through connection. I see love through timing, through alignment, through destiny. What you are asking for is real, but what you are asking for right now would be fragile if I gave it before this season completes its work. There are endings that must happen before beginnings can survive. There are attachments that must loosen before covenant can stand strong. If I rushed what you are praying for, it would break under the weight of unfinished healing, unresolved fear, and lessons still unlearned. This season you are in is not random. It is not a mistake. It is not a sign that you are unwanted or forgotten. It is a refining season. A separating season. A clarifying season. I am closing doors that once felt familiar because familiarity is not the same as purpose. I am removing distractions that once felt comforting because comfort without growth will keep you small. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between being chosen and being settled for, between being desired and being ready. I know how hard it is to wait when your heart already feels sure. I know how painful it is to watch someone you love struggle between courage and fear, between obedience and comfort, between truth and avoidance. But understand this: love that is real will not disappear during preparation. It will mature. Love that is meant for you will not be destroyed by distance or delay. It will be strengthened by obedience and truth. If something can only exist in secrecy, confusion, or fear, it is not yet ready to live in the light I am calling you into. Right now, I am working on what you cannot see. I am ending cycles of comparison in you. I am breaking patterns of overgiving, of proving, of waiting in silence hoping someone will finally choose boldly. I am teaching you that you do not need to compete for love that is meant for you. I am reminding you that you are not second choice, not an option, not a backup plan. You are chosen, but chosen does not mean rushed. This season must end because it is tied to an old version of you. A version that doubted your worth. A version that questioned whether love required suffering. A version that stayed quiet when your heart needed clarity. I am not allowing you to step into what I promised while still carrying what nearly broke you. I refuse to bless a future that would reopen wounds I am still healing. You wonder sometimes if waiting is costing you time, if you are losing years you can never get back. But I tell you this: waiting with me never wastes time. Waiting without me does. Every moment you surrender your anxiety, every time you choose trust over panic, every day you keep your heart soft instead of bitter, you are becoming someone who can receive love without fear of losing yourself. I know you fear that when this season ends, everything might change, that the person you love might move on, that circumstances will shift beyond repair. But I am not afraid of change. I am the author of it. If something falls apart when truth arrives, it was already unstable. If someone walks away when obedience is required, they were not ready to walk with you into what I have prepared. I am not taking something from you. I am protecting you from attaching your destiny to something unfinished. This season must end because clarity is coming. Confusion cannot coexist with the future I am designing. Half choices cannot stand where full commitment is required. Fear cannot lead where faith must rule. I am teaching both of you, yes. Both of you, that love is not proven by words whispered in private but by decisions made in the open. Love is not proven by longing but by action aligned with truth. I know how deeply you feel. I know how loyal your heart is. I know how easy it would be for you to stay, to wait silently, to hope without boundaries. But I love you too much to let you shrink yourself to fit into someone else's hesitation. I am raising your standard, not lowering your patience. I am teaching you that the right love will not ask you to abandon your peace to keep it. This season is also teaching you to hear my voice above your emotions. Emotions are real, but they are not rulers. They can guide you, but they cannot lead you. I am asking you to trust me even when your heart feels ahead of your circumstances. Faith is not believing I can do it, it is trusting me when I choose not to do it yet. There are conversations that must happen. There are truths that must be faced. There are endings that must be honored before new beginnings can be sustained. I am not asking you to wait forever. I am asking you to wait until what you receive does not come with confusion, fear, or compromise attached to it. You are not being tested to see how much pain you can endure. You are being prepared to receive love without chaos. This season is not about breaking you, it is about strengthening your discernment. When this season ends, you will no longer question whether you are wanted. You will no longer wonder where you stand. You will no longer accept mixed signals as signs of love. You will recognize peace as confirmation, not boredom. I know the nights are long. I know the silence feels loud. I know you replay my promises and wonder when they will breathe into reality. But remember this, delay is not denial, and preparation is not rejection. I am aligning things you cannot align on your own. I am closing chapters that you would have kept open out of hope, even when they were quietly draining you. This season must end because I am calling you into wholeness, not waiting. Into partnership, not confusion. Into love that meets you in the light, not only in longing. I am not taking away love, I am redefining it for you. Trust me enough to let this season finish its work. Trust me enough to stop forcing what I am shaping. Trust me enough to believe that when the door opens, you will walk in without fear, without doubt, without looking back at what almost was. I know He loves you. I know your heart is sincere. But I love you more than you can imagine, and I see what you cannot yet see. Let this season end. Let it teach you. Let it free you. Because what comes next will not require you to beg, wait in confusion, or question your worth. It will meet you with clarity, courage, and peace. Stay with me a little longer, my beloved. I know the part of you that whispers, but what if this ending hurts too much? I hear that question before it even forms on your lips. I know you are afraid that letting this season end means letting go of something precious. But listen to me closely now. Some endings feel painful not because they are wrong, but because you have grown attached to the lesson instead of the destination. I am not asking you to abandon love. I am asking you to release the version of love that required you to wait in uncertainty. There are things I am undoing in your spirit that you didn't even realize were shaping your choices. I am healing the part of you that learned to equate patience with silence, loyalty with self-denial, hope with emotional sacrifice. You learned to be strong by enduring, but I am teaching you to be strong by discerning. You learned to love deeply, and that is beautiful, but now I am teaching you to love wisely. This season must end because you are no longer who you were when it began. You have prayed differently. You have cried differently. You have learned to pause instead of chase. You have learned to bring your questions to me instead of carrying them alone. That growth cannot coexist with the same uncertainty you once tolerated. I will not allow you to outgrow a season and still live inside it. You wonder sometimes if I am changing your heart, if the ache you feel now is a sign that love is fading. It is not fading. It is maturing. Immature love clings because it is afraid of loss. Mature love trusts because it knows what is meant for it cannot be taken away. What you feel now is not distance, it is alignment. I am also working on courage, real courage, not emotional bravery that rises and falls with feelings. I am cultivating courage that chooses truth over comfort, clarity over convenience, obedience over attachment. Love that lasts must be anchored in courage, not fear of being alone. If someone loves you but cannot yet choose courage, I must allow time to reveal what love will become when tested. Do not confuse my silence with absence. When I am quiet, I am often closest. I am watching. I am guiding. I am allowing things to surface that words alone could never reveal. I am letting reality speak louder than promises, patterns speak louder than intentions, actions speak louder than longing. This season is ending because I am about to answer prayers you prayed before you knew how to ask them properly. You asked me for love, but I heard your deeper request for peace. You asked me for connection, but I heard your longing for security. You asked me for commitment, but I heard your desire to stop feeling anxious about where you stand. I do not answer shallow prayers with shallow outcomes. I go to the root. You may feel moments of grief as this season loosens its hold. Let yourself feel them. Grief does not mean failure. It means you cared. It means your heart is alive. I am not afraid of your tears. I collect them. They water the ground where new joy will grow. Do not rush to replace what is ending. Do not cling to what I am gently removing. Sit with me in the quiet confidence that I am doing something intentional. When I close a door, it is not because I want to trap you. It is because I want to lead you forward without distraction. Soon, you will notice a shift inside you. You will stop checking signs constantly. You will stop overanalyzing words and silences. You will feel steadier, calmer, more rooted. That is not you giving up. That is you coming home to yourself. That is you trusting me with outcomes instead of trying to manage them. I am teaching you that real love does not leave you anxious about timing. It does not make you question your worth. It does not require you to dim your needs to stay connected. Real love will feel like exhale, not constant anticipation. Let this season end without bitterness. End it with gratitude for what it taught you and faith for what it prepared you for. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where growth happens, and when what is meant for you finally steps fully into your life, you will recognize it not by intensity, but by peace. Not by fear of losing it, but by confidence that it is secure. Not by confusion, but by clarity that feels gentle and sure. Come closer, my child. There is more I need you to understand, because your heart is standing at the edge of release, and I do not want you to step back into fear now. You have been faithful even when you did not feel strong. You have waited even when waiting felt like losing. I have seen every quiet surrender, every moment you chose trust instead of control. None of it has been invisible to me. This season is ending because I am shifting your identity. You are no longer the one who waits to be chosen. You are becoming the one who knows she is chosen. There is a deep difference between the two. Waiting to be chosen keeps your eyes on someone else's decision. Knowing you are chosen anchors your heart in my truth. I am moving you from dependence on outcomes to confidence in who you are. I know you have wondered if you misheard me, if you imagined the connection, if you hoped too much. You did not imagine what was real. But not everything real is ready. Some things are glimpses, not arrivals. I allow glimpses to awaken your heart, to show you what is possible, to stretch your capacity for love. But I do not allow arrivals until foundations are strong enough to carry what I am bringing. This season must end because you have learned what you needed to learn here. You have learned discernment. You have learned patience without desperation. You have learned how to bring your desires to me instead of placing them entirely in another person's hands. Staying longer would not deepen you, it would drain you. I never keep my children in places that no longer produce fruit. There is also something you must release, the idea that love must always feel intense to be real. Intensity can come from uncertainty. Peace comes from alignment. I am teaching you to desire peace more than adrenaline, clarity more than mystery, safety more than emotional highs. What I am preparing for you will not need constant reassurance to survive. Do not be afraid of the calm that is coming. Sometimes you mistake calm for emptiness because you have been used to emotional waves. But calm is where intimacy grows deep roots. Calm is where trust breathes easily. Calm is where you stop bracing for loss. I am also removing guilt from your heart. Guilt for wanting more. Guilt for needing clarity. Guilt for being tired of waiting. You are not wrong for desiring commitment. You are not unfaithful for wanting peace. You are not impatient for recognizing when a season has completed its assignment. This ending is not punishment. It is alignment. It is me saying, you do not belong here anymore. When I move you, it is because I am making room for something that matches who you are becoming. Do not argue with my protection. Do not romanticize what I am asking you to release. There will come a moment, quiet, not dramatic, when you realize you are no longer holding on. You will not force it. It will simply happen. Your heart will loosen, your breath will deepen, and you will feel free in a way that surprises you. That is how you will know this season has truly ended, and then, without striving, without chasing, without trying to prove anything, what is meant for you will approach with steadiness. It will not rush you. It will not confuse you. It will not make you question where you stand. It will meet you where you are, whole and aware and grounded. Until that moment, stay close to me. Let me hold what you cannot fix. Let me lead where you cannot see. You are not losing love. You are being led into a love that does not cost you your peace. I am with you. Always. Remain here with me, just a little while longer. There are still truths settling into your spirit, and I want them to sink deep so you do not return to what I am gently closing. I know there are moments when your heart still reaches backward, not because you want the past, but because it is familiar. Familiarity can feel like safety, even when it no longer nourishes you. But I am teaching you a new kind of safety now, the kind that comes from trusting me more than what you can touch. This season is ending because I am teaching you how to stand without leaning on uncertainty. You were never meant to build your emotional home in waiting rooms. You were never meant to pause your becoming while hoping someone else would become ready. I did not design you to live suspended between hope and disappointment. I designed you to live grounded, confident, and free. I know there is a quiet voice inside you that still asks, what if I let go too soon? But hear me clearly, you are not letting go too soon. You are letting go on time. When I say a season is ending, it means it has completed its assignment. Staying longer would not make it safer, it would make it stagnant. I do not call you to cling to lessons after they have taught you what you need to know. I am also restoring your trust in yourself. Waiting seasons can make you doubt your instincts, question your discernment, and second-guess your worth. I am undoing that damage now. You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are not foolish for hoping. You are not broken because you believed. Love did not fail you here. It refined you. As this season ends, you will notice that your prayers are changing. You will stop asking me to fix someone else's heart and start asking me to protect your own. You will stop asking for signs and start asking for peace. That shift is not selfish, it is wisdom. It is you aligning with how I see you. I want you to understand something important. When I end a season, I also remove the grace that sustained it. That is why staying begins to feel heavy. That is why what once felt hopeful now feels draining. It is not because you are ungrateful. It is because my hand is guiding you forward. I never ask my children to remain where my grace has already lifted. Do not fear the space that follows this ending. Space is not emptiness, it is preparation. It is where I reset your expectations, renew your strength, and realign your desires. In the quiet, I recalibrate your heart so that when love arrives again, you recognize it by how safe it feels, not by how uncertain it makes you feel. I know you worry that letting go means forgetting, that moving forward means pretending this season didn't matter. That is not what I am asking. I am asking you to carry the wisdom without carrying the weight. To honor what was real without living in what is no longer right. This season is ending because you are ready for consistency. Ready for honesty that does not come in pieces. Ready for love that does not need interpretation. Ready for presence that does not disappear when things get uncomfortable. I am not teasing you with hope, I am aligning you with reality. Soon, you will feel a quiet confidence settle in your spirit. Not excitement that rushes ahead, but assurance that steadies you. You will no longer feel pulled backward by what-ifs. You will feel anchored in what is. That is the mark of a season completed well. Do not rush what comes next. Walk with me through this ending with grace. Speak kindly to yourself. Rest when you need to. Trust that I am doing more than you can understand right now. I am not behind. You are not forgotten. Love has not passed you by. I am simply closing one door fully so that when the next opens, you will walk through it without fear, without doubt, and without looking back. Stay still now, my beloved, and let my words rest gently on your heart. This is the place where surrender turns into peace, where endings no longer feel like loss but like release. You have come so far, farther than you realize. What once terrified you no longer has the same power, and what once confused you is beginning to make sense, not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, deeply, truthfully. This season is ending because you are ready to trust me without needing to understand everything first. That is maturity. That is faith taking root. You no longer need constant reassurance to keep going. You no longer need to hold tightly to what might be. You are learning how to place your open hands in mine and let me lead. I want you to know this clearly, so there is no lingering doubt. You did not lose anything that was truly meant for you. What is meant for you does not arrive halfway. It does not come wrapped in confusion or fear. It does not require you to abandon your peace to keep it alive. What is meant for you will meet you in truth, stand with you in the open, and grow with you in the light. This ending is not the closing of your heart. It is the protection of it. I am sealing places where you once leaked energy, hope, and emotion. I am teaching you how to love without losing yourself, how to wait without shrinking, how to hope without suffering. These lessons will serve you for the rest of your life. There will come a day, closer than you think, when you will look back at this season with gratitude instead of pain. You will see how it refined your discernment, strengthened your boundaries, and deepened your dependence on me rather than on outcomes. You will understand why I did not let things move forward until they were whole. Do not fear being alone for a moment. I am with you, and I am enough to steady you while I prepare what comes next. Loneliness is not your enemy here, it is simply space where healing finishes its work. I am filling that space with wisdom, confidence, and rest. When love comes again, and it will, you will not have to chase it. You will not have to decode it. You will not have to wonder where you stand. It will recognize you as ready, because you are learning now how to stand firmly in who you are. You will meet it as an equal, not as someone hoping to be chosen. Let go without resentment. Let go without regret. Bless what is ending, because it carried you to this point. Then turn your face forward. I am already there, you are safe. You are seen. You are deeply loved, not someday, not conditionally, not later, but now. This season is ending because something stronger, calmer, and truer is beginning, and you will walk into it with peace instead of fear. Trust me. I have never left you, and I am not about to start now.